This is one of the more complicated option strategies, specifically because instead of taking two different positions and combining them, this one actually takes three different positions and combines them. So you're combining a long the underlying, so you're just buying the underlying stock outright, with a long put at a low strike price and a short call at a higher strike price. This is, in effect, a combo of a protective put and a covered call. Because what is a protective put? A protective put combines a long put at a lower strike price with the long, the underlying stock price. So those two right there, that's a protective put. Now a covered call combines the short call with the higher strike price with the long underlying. So this part right here is basically the short call. Now, this has the effect of having an advantage of limiting the downside. Now, that limited downside basically comes from this emulation of the protective put, but it also caps the upside potential, which this component comes from that covered call. Now, the advantage of the covered call is that the premium we receive from selling that call can partially or completely offset the premium that we had to pay for the long put. So with the long put, we're basically buying the insurance to protect us from the stock price falling, and the short call is how we're going to help to pay for that insurance, which is buying the put. For our first practice problem, we're given a share price for this company called QWY. The stock price right now at time 0 is equal to $28.49. Now, we'll be looking at a strategy that involves buying 100 shares of QWY. So now we're going to be buying the April 24 strike put option. So that would be April 24, the put option's right here. We're buying that. So that'll be an initial outflow for us. Then we're going to write or short or sell. All these words are synonymous. The April 31 strike call option. So this one right here, the call premiums in this column. So we are going to be receiving this 32 cents right up front. Let's see what we are asked. So it says, based on this strategy, or based on Exhibit 1, Strategy 5 offers, and then we have these three options: unlimited upside, a max profit of $2.48 per share, or protection against losses if QWY's share price falls below $28.14. Let's go about solving this. I'm going to write some formulas out. To solve this practice problem, I'm going to rely on a little intuition about the profit diagram for a caller strategy, which you can actually see all the way up here, which I've drawn out. So this vertical axis, like the other videos, this is the profit. This axis right here, the horizontal axis, is the underlying share price. And we can see that, like I talked about before, it's basically a combo of a protective put and a covered call. This capped downside feature down here is like a protective put, and the capped upside feature up here is like a covered call. And so where do these kinks happen in the payoff diagram, where we basically flatline on any profits on the upside or the downside? Well, on the downside, it is the exercise price of the put at 24. So we can lose money until we hit that, and then we can't lose any more money because we're long the put. Whereas on the upside, we are short a call with an exercise price of 31. So once if the stock price is rising and rising and rising, we can keep making money until we hit that $31 underlying price. And now our upside is capped just like a covered call. So if we're looking at option A here, which says that strategy 5, which is just a caller strategy, does it have unlimited upside? Well, no, our upside's not limited. It's clearly limited. So this is not correct. Now we can look at option B, which says that this strategy has a max profit of $2.48 per share. Now, there's basically two ways that we could go about calculating this. So the first way is essentially to just memorize this formula, which I've written out here. This formula tells us the max profit for a caller, which is equal to the exercise price of the call minus the stock price at initiation that we paid, minus the put premium which we paid, minus the call premium which we received. So we can just go ahead and calculate this out. If you're a person that likes to memorize formulas, this is perhaps a formula you could make a flashcard for or something and just memorize. So let's do this. So the call exercise price is 31. We'll subtract the stock price at initiation of 28.49. Then we'll subtract the put premium, which we paid, of 35 cents, or minus the call option premium that we had received. And that gives us essentially $2.48. And so this is kind of finding the difference that we can go from where the underlying was when we bought it all the way to when the upside's capped. That's basically this component here. And combining it with the outflow, which when we did the strategy, we paid this, we received this, so we were basically out 3 cents. We had paid 3 cents up front. So this component right here is just reflecting what we paid. And we see that our max gain, yes, it is equal to 248. Or the other thing I want to go over is basically how you could calculate this without memorizing this formula by just going through the underlying components of the strategy and adding them up. Also, if we go through this little experiment here, this whole thing will actually make perfect sense intuitively. So just stick with me either way. So the profits are shown here, these formulas. So the profit of a caller is just equal to the profit of a long stock plus a short call plus a long put, because it just combines those three positions. Now we can calculate each of these three individually. So the profit on a long stock is going to be equal to, we have to pick a stock price at expiration to use and a stock price at initiation, which we already have. So how do we pick the stock price at expiration? Well, we can see that this upside gets completely capped after the exercise hits our call exercise price of 31. So we could pick a stock price of $1 million, $1 trillion, or $31. It doesn't matter. They're all exactly the same because this is just a flat line that basically just extends into infinity, right? So let's just go with $31 for the stock price at expiration. We'll subtract the stock price at initiation of $28.49. And that gives us a payoff on our long stock of $2.51. Now, in this case, we did the stock price at expiration is equal to the exercise price on the call. So what did we do here? We basically did the exercise price on the call minus the stock price at the beginning. What does that equal? That equals this component of the max profit payoff. Now, let's keep moving along. The short call payoff is equal to the call option premium that we had received when we sold the call of 32 cents. We'll subtract out the maximum of the stock price at expiration, which we're using $31, minus the exercise price on the call, which is also 31, or 0. So this is at the money, so this just expires worthlessly. So we just received that 32 cents that we had sold the call for up front. Now the long put is equal to the max of the exercise price of the put, which is going to be 24, minus the stock price at expiration, which is 31, or 0. And then we have to subtract out that initial put premium that we had paid up front, which was 35 cents. This expires worthlessly out of the money, so this expression is 0. So our total profit on the put is a negative 35 cents, which is what we paid for the premium up front. So now we can calculate our total caller payoff, which is the payoff or the profit of the long stock plus the profit of the short call plus the profit of the long put, which is going to be equal to 251 plus the 32 cents on the short call minus the 35 cents on the put. And if we sum all those up, that gives us 248, which matches what we had up here and matches this option here. And so now let's think about this formula intuitively for this max profit right here, right? We showed that the long stock, this long stock right here, because it doesn't matter if it's a million or if it's the exercise price of the call, because that's where it caps. We use the exercise price of the call. So this long stock right here, its profit equals this expression of the formula, right? Now, the short call is where we receive 32 cents. The long call loses the 35 cents. And so this expression is basically just subtracting that 3 cents that we paid up front between the difference of these two premiums here. And so that is why this formula is the way that it is. So maybe that'll help you memorize it. And if you don't want to memorize it, you can just do it the long form way, which I did down here.
You can get 15% off full CFA courses featuring my lecture videos by clicking the link in either the pinned comment or the description and using promo code Ryan15 at checkout.